Hi, welcome to today's episode of Talk Nerdy. I got my guests from Three Drinks In, and
Chris here.
and Double
Oh,
O
I thought
Joe.
we're doing it right then.
You're good. And Double O Joe, the other one.
The other
Other
one.
one to you, hi. Hi everyone, I'm Joe.
And the other warm body. That's
He's Scottish. There's not much warmth over there. Okay, today we're going to be talking about TV.
This is just going to be full of Scottish jokes, isn't it?
No, they just come very naturally. Okay, today we're going to be talking about video game TV shows. What's come? What's coming? What do we want to see? But things that have come that we've all, I'm sure we've all seen and either some level of degree enjoyed has been The Witcher. Because at the time of this recording, Season 2 comes out tomorrow.
I'm surprised if I'm the only one here who's actually seen any of the shows we're about to talk about.
I've
Witcher
seen bits and pieces. I've seen The Witcher. I like The Witcher sometimes. I'm going to admit it got a little Game of Thronesy for me, but I did love the monsters. Like the intro of the first episode with that giant spider creature. That was a perfect introduction to Geralt.
There wasn't expression. There wasn't a big winded description of who the guy is. You go straight into the action. You know who he is from the first few seconds.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
monster hunter, badass. He has white hair.
Sarcastic as hell. A very dry wit. But yeah, so the trailer for the new season looks great, and some of the comments I've heard from the cast and crew have been really funny. The girl who plays Ciri, she calls Henry a Witcher Bible because he'd be in the middle of a shot and just go, wait, can we use this line from page 293 from this book?
Yes, I've read that. Apparently that's one of the things I like Henry Cavill is that he's an absolute nerd.
Okay, but no, The Witcher is coming back tomorrow. I'm excited. One thing I'm looking forward to the most is the monsters. Because some people complained that there weren't enough monsters in the last season, but there were a ton of them if you actually think about it.
I seem to recall a brand new monster every episode.
It may not have been the main focus, but yeah, there was a monster almost every episode. There was the spider thing, the ghouls, that one thing that the princess turned into, those ear mind-controlling worm thing. Every episode had something. It just wasn't the focus.
Dragon,
genie.
It had a dragon.
I have one of those.
For seasons that took Game of how long to get?
way too long. I guess I
think
didn't
what
get
some people were
scammed.
complaining about was that they wanted to see him do a lot more.
Badassery.
No, more preparing monster hunting. They did get the one episode, like you said, of the princess when he first met the episode he first met Triss. That was a very good episode that just summed up The Witcher in this.
Yeah, we saw some level of preparation. When he fought that thing, and that was a badass fight.
My favorite in the whole series, absolutely. It was the one I definitely had. I was on the edge of my seat watching.
Yeah, there's two ways you can open a series that has a lot of background lore. You can either show us and kind of give us an example, or you can tell us in a long, drawn-out, lore dump. And one of those, I'm probably going to stop paying attention. I remember watching a series. It was an anime, and the first 5 minutes were just explaining a long backstory. I'm like, I'm not going to remember any of this.
Yeah.
Is this on the test?
Yeah. It's oh wow, we're setting up a whole world.
Okay.
Absolutely, but yeah, I know what you mean. It goes to the old argument of don't tell, especially when you're dealing with visual media, obviously television, streaming, movies. It's okay to pull that stuff off, tell, don't show in a book, because
You have to.
Yeah.
unless there's a few pictures in it, pretty much. But it's to always try and strength of the media, which is again, if it's show, don't tell. So again, that's what I was saying before about the first scene, where they described scene in the first episode where I had Geralt killed a spider. And everything you needed to know about this guy without being told. It could have easily have started off with, the Witchers are a group of monster hunters, blah, blah, blah. There's a handful of them left, blah, blah, blah. This is the story of one of them. Didn't do any of that. It was just...
I just had a thought.
Popping out of the ground, big in front of them, sticking his sword in it.
Another show that's come out recently that's gotten 10 out of 10s across the board from many reviewers I've watched about this show, Arcane. It's League of Legends. Everything about the show to me has been amazing. The art style, the voicing, the story. I know people who hate Imagine Dragon and they still love the music.
I've only seen a couple of the episodes so far, but what I've seen of it, yes, I'm very impressed with it. I'm happier with the characters and their arcs. There's a lot more in depth, a lot more complicated. They could easily have just done this as very cookie cut out characters. Well, yeah, more full-assed, but yeah, exactly.
But I love the art style because it's 2D, but it looks 3D, just the way they did it. And the also, Jinx is a fun character. Every interaction I've seen with her.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to stick to like the style of the game and keeping everything like visually appealing. But there's just so much they can pull from too. How many characters? Even if there's a few that have like just trash backstories, just ignore that one. You got 50 other ones to pull from. You can make something good. So they can always just keep pushing out stuff.
And the show also manages to capture some really heart-wrenching moments when Jinx thinks she's going to be sold out by her father figure to somebody else, and on his dying breath is, "I would never have given you up for anything."
Yeah, I'm going to have to actually take a look at it at some point. I forgot about it until you mentioned what it was about. I was like, oh, right, I've seen the ads for that. Okay, I remember this now. From the name, I couldn't think. I was like, what was that?
Arcane? Yeah.
Right over my head.
I had when I saw the ads and heard about it.
So I thought it was... Ads for the first time. I honestly thought it was some sort of D&D the game or something.
Didn't they do that with Final Fantasy? Was that just a movie, or was that... Yeah, that was just a movie, I think.
the Spirit Within.
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
Get rid of the name Final Fantasy and give it its own name. It's a good movie. I like that movie. It had a great cast.
Yeah, that happens with a lot of things too. They just end up with they're like, oh, well, let's just use this name and then this story, and you can tell the copy paste stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a bit more partial to the Advent Children movie, Final Fantasy.
That the one where Tifa beats the crap out of somebody in a church?
Simplistic but accurate description of what happens. Yes.
I've only ever seen that clip. If you actually go back, one of my older videos, my most popular video on the channel is the top 7 hottest video game characters in gaming. It was a open vote, and guess who came in number 1?
Is it Tifa?
It was Tifa.
Can't see how that video shot to the top.
I don't know
Can't
either.
imagine why that one would have gotten more traffic.
Oh yeah, no idea how that happens.
It's like Metal Gear Solid thumbnails where I just zoomed in more and more on just Sniper Wolf as the videos went on. Alright, here's the thumbnail. We got it. That's the one we're using.
Yeah. The face gets slightly lower down each time.
Here's a video on Metal Gear Solid. Thumbnail. Close up on quiet.
Now, I've seen movies based on that game, but they're definitely not family friendly.
I think I downloaded the wrong movie.
The names are a little different too. Legally distinct, I think they said.
Here's the thing. Okay, who here when Resident Evil Village was coming out, I was not obsessing over Lady D. I didn't care. I haven't played Resident Evil since 2 and 3, back in the 90s.
Yeah, I didn't really follow the story much. I've played one. I've actually never finished a Resident Evil game.
I've never even played a Resident Evil game.
But yeah, but the
I
memes,
played 1 and 2.
but the memes and the comics and all the things and the pictures that were coming out of Lady D.
It's definitely a popular character for the time.
Yeah.
How pissed off everybody felt that she was only in something like the first quarter of the game.
No, you have to stay. You're everything. You're in all the marketing, the trailers, the cardboard cutouts, if we lose you, then we have no named villains.
It must have been like a massive middle finger to everyone.
Oh, Capcom knew what they were doing.
Finish it now.
Capcom knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah.
The video game shows that are coming out that we are excited for. Because again, Witcher and Arcane were good, but who here saw the trailer to Halo?
I have not.
High Charity looks amazing. They don't show any of the Covenant, but it shows High Charity. One thing I'm excited for this TV show is because the fact that you see High Charity just shows this is going to take place during the war. I like Master Chief, but I prefer to see him in the show as he comes in every once in a while. I would love to see the war from the Marine point of view. And the ODST armor.
A lot of blood.
Yeah, but it was the thing. The ODST armor in the trailer looks badass.
I'll have to check that out. I don't know. I didn't really follow the Halo series that much. I played like 1, 2, and 3, but kind of just fell off after that.
Joe and I are going through the games right now. We just finished Reach. We're going to start Combat Evolved here soon.
Oh, back to the first one, huh?
Playing chronologically. Also, I need to point this out because it's making me laugh. All three of us are looking at the person who's talking on their screen, so it just shows me like over here, then you looking over here, and then you looking over.
I make good eye contact every once in a while, right with the camera.
So here's the thing.
Hey everyone. Yes, bring it in close. Bring it in close. Come on, one more. Hey guys.
Hello.
Now let's talk really low into the microphone.
But yeah. Also but yeah, shows that have gotten their trailers dropped that's coming up. We have the Halo series. Fallout got a interesting teaser. It wasn't really much of anything. It was just the please stand by thing they do a lot. And Cuphead, which was about 40 seconds long of King Dice.
I'll have to look at that one because I really don't know what they do with that, like show-wise, how they pull that off.
No idea, but Wayne Brady is the voice of King Dice.
Kind of like an adult house kind of.
How adult are you talking here?
Lady D adult.
Let's go.
D Cuphead.
Well, we do have that. There is that mermaid character boss, so there's plenty to work with there. I'm editing that part out.
One of those games I never played because I heard it's hard, and I'm like, I don't feel like going through that.
I prefer not to rage quit and destroy my TV. I actually got some.
How you spend a fortune on TVs?
Keyboards on my end. Keep breaking those fucking things.
Yeah.
Well, spilling things on them more specifically.
Xbox controllers. I've gone through several.
That's fun to work around.
It's amazing when you're playing a controller. You're like, don't break. Just keep going. Every single session. I don't want to pay for another controller just yet. Just survive for a bit longer, please.
Like, all right, let me remap the buttons here. Just work around this.
Okay. Anyways,
changing the batteries every 5 seconds.
Oh yeah, you cut out a couple days ago. You cut out a couple days ago on when we were playing GTA, doing a heist.
Like, oh crap! I had to rush over the room and quickly knock the batteries out of my remote. Stick.
That was like every kid in the '90s Game Boy remote.
There's yeah, right.
Voice.
I get on. What the shit? God damn it, Terry!
And you're just in the corner, just
trying to watch my fucking football.
Anyways, the Fallout series I'm looking forward to because there's so much potential there. The ghouls, the mutation of different creatures. They can probably bring in more mutations than that there were in the game.
Oh yeah,
you think
something you can do.
You think radioactive scorpions are scary? If they ever did a game based
They
in
are
Washington,
terrifying.
If they ever do a game based in Washington, it'd just be that scene from The Hobbit with the giant spiders.
I was thinking giant pigeons. That's where I thought you were going with that.
Oh no, no. Washington has hundreds of species of spiders.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Australia light. Oof.
Here's the thing: if they ever did a game did a game in Alaska, like what's worse, the radioactive wolf or that giant ass moose? Because
Moose is already pretty big.
Yeah, like, I had no idea how big they were. 'Cause I thought they were just the size of a deer. No, I saw the thing, and it was over 6 feet in height. I'm just like,
That's a big.
The potential to mutate into a big bastard.
Deathclaw. It'll be the Alaskan Deathclaw.
I'd like to see in a series that focuses a lot more on the Voltec angle.
Oh yeah.
You know, like in the context of the story, all the Volts were like actual experiments being performed by Voltec.
Oh yeah, like the Gary clones, one thing I really hope they don't do. I want an original story. Don't use the Vault Dweller. Don't use Soul Survivor, the Courier, or any of them.
No time doing anything.
I saw a great meme that sums up all the games. It goes, Fallout 4, gotta find the water chip. Fallout 2, gotta find the Gek. Fallout 3, gotta find my father. Fallout 4, gotta find my son. Fallout 76, gotta find my refund. And then you got New Vegas, the mailman. Who the hell shot me in the head?
Gotcha.
Another one that's and they're in talks with. Amazon's in talks with, and I'm hoping they do this. Kinda is Amazon's in talks to do Mass Effect. Please do not do the Reaper War. As much as I would love that, don't do the Reaper War. Don't do Shepard, because Shepard's so everyone has their own version of Shepard. You can't canonize him without hurting 2/3 of your fan base.
First Contact War needs to be explored.
First Contact War, either with Admiral Anderson or the Elusive Man, because they were both in that war.
I can't remember whether that's around the time frame when I guess they first discovered the I can't remember what they're called. The gates, basically.
The relays, the Mass Effect relays.
The relays, yeah. Like, is that around when they discovered those? And
Yeah,
because the whole idea is once you're a good enough civilization, you can find them and use them, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
like humans just walking into that.
Like,
Because of course we'd probably start a fucking war.
Well, no, it was the whole war.
Turian showed up.
The whole war was a misunderstanding because we were activating a relay that should not be activated, and the Turians were like, "No." But yeah, the whole war only lasted a few months
Well,
because both sides started like both sides were like, "Oh, bitch, no." So they started arming completely for war, and then the rest of the council was like, children, sit down.
If they did that Mass Effect series around First Contact War, I think it definitely would be good to start off like seeing humanity on its own.
They can do an Easter
Before the
egg.
war.
They can do an Easter egg with Ashley Williams' grandfather because he was one of the few humans to actually surrender to the Turians. It was to save lives, but the dogma of being the only commander in human history to surrender to an alien invasion, to an alien force.
I don't know how you guys remember the backstory this much. It's been years since I played. I can only think of like certain plot points.
It never quite made sense to me in the game about Ash's character. The one thing that never made sense because they kind of created her character to be sort of like a xenophobe, like an alien racist, and the explanation was what happened to her family in the First Contact War. But the thing is, her family was screwed over by the humans. Her granddad was demoted, stuff like that. Her dad was completely screwed over, couldn't get promoted, stuff like that. I'm like angry at the aliens. But
Well, it's the idea. It's the idea that
it's the one part of her character.
she's
It didn't
blaming
quite
them.
make sense to me.
Well, she's a xenophobic. She can't blame the humans, so she's blaming the aliens. But What, Chris? You're laughing at us?
Oh no, it's always the other group.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, so some species, like some groups like humanity, other ones just hate us. Like the Batarians, they hate us. Members of the Asari race, Samara one time described as goes, "I like humans. You could lock 3 of them in a room and come out with 6 different opinions."
Then you got Shepard, who's just, I love everybody.
I like you. I like you. I really like you.
Got a gas mask? We'll make it work.
Okay, one character.
Buying that. I buying that. I wouldn't buy that. Only from behind. Definitely not.
That's a Krogan night.
Well,
Cool.
here's the thing though. When you do Grunt's loyalty mission and you kill the what's it called? The giant worm thing. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Thresher Maw. When you kill the Thresher Maw, Edie says.
How do you remember that?
Edie says.
The giant freaking worm coming out of the ground trying to eat you.
Yeah, the Thresher Maw. The Grunt. Edie tells Shepard. Grunt has had several requests for breeding, and one for Shepard. Or one of my favorite DLCs was the Citadel DLC. That was just a giant love letter to the fan base.
Well, if I ever did that one.
More drunk Tally, Rex having to escape through his bathroom window because of all the females. Joker.
That sounds like a fun time.
Joker trying to convince bartenders that he was part of the battle fighting against the Cerberus on the invasion of the Citadel.
That was such a good reveal in that game.
And the Prothean Javik being conned into a movie with a Hanar being the badass.
I gotta revisit that game.
I got the anniversary one they just released.
Yeah, I was gonna play the original, but I was like, I'll get into it another day.
I love these games. BioWare, the golden age of BioWare. Mass Effect, Knights of the Old Republic, Dragon Age.
Oh, that was a good one.
Ooh,
Still love the Dragon Age series.
Inquisition.
I did not want that to end.
Inquisition would make a good TV show.
Oh yeah, they could do overall like the entire story. Really, it all kind of ties together.
I don't know. I'm just a bit worried because there was quite a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition that took inspiration from Game of Thrones. I'm just a bit worried that a Dragon Age Inquisition show, it would just be like a fantasy version. Well,
maybe they won't watch the ending
version of
Right.
Game of Thrones, but Game of Thrones is a fantasy.
I mean, no matter what you do, if you're doing a medieval setting with fantasy creatures, they're gonna draw comparisons to Game of Thrones at this point. It's the most successful, or Lord of the Rings. It's one of the most successful franchises that took that kind of thing. So that's what people are gonna compare to, no matter what. But
Season.
so good to like the last 2 seasons.
I've never seen an episode. I've only seen bits and pieces of the White Walkers because I was curious. Anyways, thank you for watching this episode of Talk Nerdy TV. Like, share, comment, tell us what you want. You can find links to these gentlemen's channels down below. You'll find Joe's really down there somewhere.
I feel just added on at the last minute.
Yeah. Joe's channel. What's yours about? Give us a little of what's yours.
I know. I have a couple of channels, but I basically do a channel based on spy genre. So I look at different spy films, books, games, stuff like that. Everything from like James Bond, Splinter Cell, Mission Impossible, the rot. And at the moment, like I said, the James Bond is probably like my favourite sort of flagship series. Explore, or he's trying to explore other films and books and games as well.
The name Double O kind of hints at the the
Being
inspiration.
too subtle when I came up with the name.
And that also the Skyraker behind you. Your little gun from one of your Bond films behind you. Never
You can
mind.
see that.
Okay, you twat.
And 3 drinks in, what do you got?
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me anymore. I'm off. I'm off that. You've crossed the line there, mate. You have crossed the line. I'm off. Chris, nice to meet you.
You as well.
I'm done.
I know what I did. I know what I did.
All right, let me. Professional.
I know. No. I know what I did. I know exactly what I did.
All right, and I'm Chris from 3 Drinks In. We specialize in playing games, having drinks, and generally taking nothing seriously. I also have my own solo channel called Chris Plays With Himself, which is all kinds of different stuff that I feel like doing whenever I feel like doing. And check out our boys at the Half-Ass Broadcast, another show they also do. It's kind of associated with us. Yeah, if you like it, go like it. Do your stuff. We like you guys. Really trailed off at the end there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Okay.